Garrick speaks up. I will gladly pay for my own room. Thank you.
They planned ahead.
Hey, which one of us is doing the negotiating here? So the blue guy, and the little guy are going to share a room, and then I'm going to take the nicest one.
Wait, what?
Garrick Gibbs slaps Norin and says, "Well, I'll have individual rooms."
That'll be 10 gold total.
Jackson's aren't like to cuddle.
Fine, yeah, that's what I like.
Yeah,
It worked out well enough last time we split rooms. Except that time you almost ruined my beautiful suit.
How many rooms do you want? Make up your mind, please.
Let's just make it an even 6, and then we'll go from there.
We don't need 6 rooms.
Garrick puts a hand over Norin's
make
mouth.
this negotiation.
Garrick puts a hand over Norin's mouth.
Norin's just gonna sulk.
We're gonna need, let's see, 1, 2, 3. Looks over to Zarn and Gax. You guys really want to actually have the room together?
It's canon.
I don't care.
Okay, so 4 rooms.
4 rooms it is. That will be 8 gold total.
Are
As
we
a
all
reminder, any damages incurred to the rooms will be your responsibility. Just a warning, you two. He says, looking at Gax and Zarn.
That is a good choice. What? I feel like this guy gets us.
He knows us.
Yeah.
What have you heard?
Don't worry about it.
That one's not wearing anything but axes and furs.
What's wrong with me? Some blue?
No,
Garrick's
you're permanently wet.
with him.
Garrick
You're
puts his 2
permanently
coins
wet.
down.
We're gonna have to buy.
You ask, what's wrong with me? You're blue, and he looks down and says, so am I. This is a blue dragonborn behind the bar.
Oh,
Whatever.
great.
Garrick puts his 2 coins on the table and is like, we got a key? Because I'm kind of anxious to get upstairs if you haven't noticed.
Absolutely. And he hands you a key. You'll be in room 13. That will be down the hall back there, and he points sort of like to the back, but then off to the other direction from where Erlax went. And it will be, I believe, your 3rd room on the right. There are numbers above the doors.
Okay. He grabs the key and starts walking off in that direction.
Have
The rest
fun sleeping. I'll give him my 2 gold and get my room key.
And
Then
I
hands you a
get
key,
mine
points to your
too.
room. Same.
Thank you.
So, Zarn, are we splitting ours?
I'm gonna
Then?
try and get some.
Yeah, are we splitting it 1 and 1?
Okay.
Alright. I'm gonna flick my gold piece to Gax, and then I'm actually gonna walk outside towards the water.
Okay.
Now, I have a question for you.
Hold on,
Okay.
let Gax finish up his thing.
I'll
with
pay
sorry.
the
barkeep.
key and stuff, and then I head out
Okay.
because we need to buy alcohol tonight.
I was just gonna do that.
Okay. So, Gax, you give your 2 gold to the barkeep. He hands you a key, tells you where your room is. BV, what were you going to say?
Oh, I was just gonna ask the barkeep or the guy at the desk if and how much it would cost to rent a keg, like a keg filled with some kind of ale and a rickshaw.
I'm afraid we don't have
How
a
else are we gonna
rickshaw
carry
here. You could get a keg from us, though. You'd probably be better served just going to a brewery, to be honest. It'd be cheaper.
That's a valid point. And I was gonna give him 2 silver and like, thank you for the tip. Can you
Much
point me to the nearest brewery?
I believe
The
there's
cheapest one, possibly
the
both.
cheapest one. You
Like
want
one
to
of
go
each, maybe.
to the very...
Your favorite and the cheapest.
Oh, my favorite.
We're going shopping.
Wait, so you want my favorite one and the cheapest, or some combination thereof?
1 and 1.
The cheapest, we're just gonna flavor it.
Yeah, but I
My
mean, you
favorite
could
is
get 2.
probably... That would be Bahamut's Teeth, which you'll find about 4 blocks northeast of here. The cheapest one is definitely going to be... Oh, what's it called? I never drink this stuff and we can't find it here. It's hard for me to remember. Give me a moment.
How about cheapish?
Right. That would be Riddick's Breath. You'll find that one in the far north of this island. Just at the very, very top. very, very northern tip.
Okay, so 4 blocks northeast, and then at the very north?
Of this island, yes.
Yes, okay. Alright, sounds good. Thank you.
No problem. Okay.
Nor's
So-
gonna wander outside and tell Gax.
Okay. Are Bree and Garrick both going to bed? I see that Garrick's going to write a letter.
No, I'll go liquor shopping.
Okay. With Norn and Gax. What is
Yeah.
Jean doing?
He walked out to the water, and he's actually gonna take off his armor and he's gonna pray in the water for a bit.
Okay. Are you anything in particular or just general prayer?
Just general prayer.
Okay. Sounds good. The other 3 of you. You now have directions to 2 different breweries on the island.
I'll just ask this. This is probably an unnecessary question. These guys don't have, like, drinking standards, right?
Define drinking standards.
Like, they're not gonna get weird if we walk in with, like, a halfling? Like, just thinking she's a kid? I don't know. I'm
Why,
wondering
they're
if
racist against
we
halflings?
People are going to recognize,
put the 2 of you in a trench coat.
generally speaking, people will recognize the difference
Okay,
between a halfling and a child.
Okay. I wasn't sure if that would be necessary or not.
No, that's not going to be a problem.
Okay. So, guys, here's what we know. Guy inside said we could buy from him if we wanted to, but we don't need to. And then he suggested 2 different places nearby. One is Bahamut Thing, and the other one is Riddick's.
Breath.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, you heard him. So, Bree, what do you think? Good choice. Yeah.
Cheek.
So, I mean,
Bird.
we could. I don't know. I kind of want to make sure that this cheap one isn't gonna like make us blind.
We're not drinking it. We're selling it.
Oh yeah. Okay, but we can't make everybody else blind. I mean, we
Why
are
not?
still.
Make our job easier.
You can presume, for one thing, it's ale.
And
It's not liquor. And for another, you can presume it wouldn't be in business if they were making their customers blind.
it's not just like turpentine in a jug.
We probably won't have Zarn remove all of the water because then it would just be a thick paste.
I don't know, man. I have always wanted to get drunk eating a sandwich. Like, it's been on my list for quite some time.
That's awful in every conceivable way.
I'm imagining it's just like
Ale.
80 proof Marmite. Alright, so he said if we wanted to go to Riddick's Breath, it's the furthest north from here. If we want to go to Bahamut's Teeth, it's only like a bit northeast. What do y'all think?
Riddick's.
Alright, Gas?
I'm following you guys.
I mean, let's go find out what the shitty place looks like first, and go from there.
We're
And
not buying expensive stuff and then taking all the water out and flavoring it.
yeah, but I mean, we'd have to do
We're
less
making
work.
a profit on this venture.
That's true. This is very true. I just want to make sure we don't like walk into the Riddick's Breath place and it's actually just the guys that we're here to arrest. Because I mean, let's be fair. Like,
And
We've
seeing
seen our
that
luck.
blinding them wouldn't be such a bad thing, would it?
well, yeah, but I feel like they're not going to drink their. Let's just walk that way.
Yeah, we can be arguing and walking at
Yeah.
the same time.
That's I feel like we should
This
take some time here.
way.
Okay, so you guys are making your way to the northern tip of the isle to try to find
Yes.
Riddick's Breath. Correct?
Yes.
Correct.
So you guys walk for about 20 minutes or so, making your way as far north as you can get, and you find just sort of at the end of this long street you've been traveling on for quite a while, like right as it dead ends, it runs into this building. It's sort of a brick building. It looks kind of ramshackle and old. It's not super well taken care of. It's a decent size though. and there's a signpost out in front that just says Riddick's Breath Ale, and it's got a picture of a mug that's just full of and it's full of like the picture has a mug full of liquid in it. The sign looks to have been graffitied and de-graffitied several times, possibly recently. This is not a high-class establishment.
Perfect.
I like it.
As I'm looking at the sign, I wonder, maybe I could open a store called Gax's Fart Beer.
I mean, you could try. I will help you build that sign. Mostly because I want to try and work on this new thing I had, where I take like light crystals and have them blink on and off, so it looks like one light is just going around the outside of the sign.
That'd be fancy.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm working on this new plan. So, this is probably an unnecessary question at this point. When I'm looking at the building, does it look like
Lauren is turning
gonna collapse on me?
R2-D2 all of a sudden.
Norrin had a dream about this magical place called Vague Ass.
Jesus Christ.
God damn it. What was your actual question, Norrin?
Does this look like the kind of place where we're going to walk in and someone's going to try to steal from us? Like, does this building look in any way, like, really sketchy in any way?
It definitely looks run down. It's possible. Like, it certainly looks more likely here than it did before, like, at the Breath Vomit on the south side of the island. But the area around it, it doesn't... You haven't, like, noticed anyone, like, skulking about. It doesn't seem to be a particularly, like, bad area of town or anything. Just this building is not well taken care of. So It's possible, but it's not something that it doesn't appear that you're in a particularly shady area of the city.
Okay. So you guys want to go in? What do you
Yes,
think?
let's go in.
Alright, let's go in. Oh, we may have lost John.
Well, he said he thought his net was dying.
Womp womp.
He's back.
He's back and everything's fine.
We go in.
Okay.
Hello?
Hello.
We hear you.
Okay. I don't know what, like, BB was talking and it was like, it sounded like he turned into R2-D2 for me.
Oh,
And then
you know,
everybody,
that
and
might
then
be-
everybody sounded like R2-D2 to me, and then just,
Oh, you were just doing that on purpose.
Yeah, obviously.
if you guys were doing that on purpose, you should take that axe to
Vegas.
Las Vegas.
To Vegas.
Because that was insane.
So, in any case,
Alright, so we're going inside.
so you guys walk forward and open the single door. You can see as you open the door that there's a light in here. It's not super. It's a little bit overlit actually. The lights are a little bit too bright for this sort of environment. You see a couple of tables and some chairs a little bit battered. There's not really anyone in here right now, except for one dragonborn standing behind the bar, sort of what appears to be like a middle-aged copper dragonborn standing behind a bar, sort of just doing his best to mop down the counter.
Hi.
Where's
Norris
Riddick?
gonna walk
How
over.
much is his breath?
Where's
So-
Riddick?
I would like a keg of your $5 ale.
You'd like a keg, an entire keg.
Just for me.
Yep.
I mean, yes.
That's not a request we hear much out here. Well, if you're looking for a whole keg of ale, and he sits
I
and
am.
thinks that would be 10 gold.
Well, you know we're buying in bulk.
I know you are.
Requests very often.
That's
Oh.
true. Trust me, you won't find anywhere cheaper.